Tonight on 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, Sean Locke, Richard Ayoade, Daisy May Cooper, Ivo Graham, Adam Buxton, Susie Dent, Rachel Riley, and your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, a show all about letters, numbers and conundrums. The show that's 50% about being good at maths and 70% about being English good. OK, let's meet tonight's players. First up, it's team captain Sean Locke. Sean Locke, he moans more than a ghost having an orgasm. And joining Sean tonight, it's Daisy May Cooper. Lovely to have you here. Daisy May Cooper won a BAFTA for her sitcom This Country, set in her hometown of Cirencester. I'm not saying there's a lot of inbreeding in Cirencester, but they don't call them brothers and sisters there. They call them bilfs and sylphs. Up against them this evening, it's guest team captain Richard Ayoade. Richard Ayoade. He's got all the social skills of a teenage magician trying to talk to a lady about her bra.
Thank you.
And Richard's teammate, it's Ivo Graham. Ivo is incredibly posh, but not in a drives a Ferrari kind of way, more in a breastfed until he was 9 kind of way. Right, now, it's your first time on this show. Are you going to be better at the letters or the numbers?
I think I'll be better at the letters because I play a lot of the popular app Words with Friends, although they're frequently not my friends, and they're frequently not even words. They'll lay down some 2-letter piece of filth like Zhu, which is, as I'm sure you know, a unit of Vietnamese currency. It's a hundredth of a dong. And...
a hundredth of a dong?
It's a hundredth of a dong.
That's what I'm working with.
Yeah, exactly.
I know the level, Jimmy.
Richard, is it true you're in the new Lego movie?
Well, I do a voice. You know, they made something more expressive looking for the film.
Who do you play? Are you Superman, Batman? What's your character?
Ice cream cone. I've always wanted to play a foodstuff, but I did specify it should be a cold foodstuff.
I would say, Richard, I hate to be pedantic, but when in Rome...
Yes. This isn't Rome, just to be pedantic.
Technically, would you describe the ice cream cone as cold?
Oh, you mean the actual cone? Well, it's proximate to ice cream, so I'd say it's colder than average.
Yeah.
But yes, I am in that film, and thanks for bringing up how well I'm doing outside of this format.
Hi, Daisy.
Hi.
Can I ask now, it's your first time on the show. Are you a fan of Countdown?
I was when Richard Whiteley was doing it.
And Cara Vorderman.
And Cara Vorderman. No. This one's better than...
Daisy, maths or letters, what are you going to be better on the show, do you think?
Neither. Well, I tell you what, I got a U, actually, in maths.
A U?
A U, an ungraded. I don't even know what the percentage for that is. I don't think I got any questions right. That's pretty bad.
They said we can't even grade this.
We can't even grade this. What is this?
But you've got a BAFTA for writing a sitcom.
Yeah, get off.
OK, Sean, did you get offered much acting work?
Well, yes, I have, Jimmy. No, they made that film with Gary Oldman of Winston Churchill. But originally, I got offered the part of Winston Churchill. But
Really?
It clashed with my 2-night run at Giggler's Leicester. I saw Winston Churchill very differently to Gary. I wanted, particularly based around that famous speech he made about we should fight them on the beaches, I wanted to play Winston Churchill as a mod. So he'd wear a parka and drive a Vespa, and Hitler would be a rocker and wear a leather jacket. I wanted you to play Hitler, but you lack his warmth.
Ivo, have you got a mascot?
Yes, I have. Now, I attended the hugely popular all-boys boarding school, Eton College, which has been very well represented in the public by such awful people as Boris Johnson, Jacob Rees-Mogg, and Tom Hiddleston, who's somehow even worse. And when I arrived in January 2004, it was quite a strange period in the world. Michelle McManus was number one. David Seaman had just retired. The validity of the Iraq War was still being widely discussed. I was quite nervous, and that was why I went immediately in my first week for a photo shoot in my full tails. Some people even had cardboard cutouts made of themselves wearing the uniform, so I brought that along with me as well to sit next to it. And these reminders of my past, the face of a young boy, 13 years old, not to enter puberty for another 3 years, not to lose his virginity for another 9, and really starting to doubt whether Saddam Hussein really did have weapons of mass destruction. But I brought these to motivate me to represent my school and to represent myself and to try and win this goddamn quiz.
Yeah, nice. I felt that seamlessly was going to go into fight them on the beaches. Richard, have you got a mascot?
Yes. I brought the film View from the Top, starring Gwyneth Paltrow. You probably know it, 2004 Bruno Barreto joint, in which Paltrow plays a blue-collar, wrong side of the tracks, small-town girl who dreams of becoming an air stewardess. So I've watched this, or parts of this, every day for the last 2 years, and it helps me realise if you want to dream, keep those dreams massively achievable, because she became an air stewardess almost immediately. So I think if you set the bar low, which I feel we're doing very well thus far, you can literally reach the top and then view things from there.
Is this a real film?
How dare you, sir? It's absolutely the film of my life. I've written a book about it, which is going to be out shortly, just about this film to rehabilitate its reputation.
What's the book called?
It's called Are You Ardy on Top? Which is ordinarily a frightening prospect.
Baffling. OK. Sean, have you got a mascot?
Well, yes, I have, Jimmy. What I've got is, you know, I've done this show many times. And sometimes, you know, I have to come up with a mascot. Sometimes I come up with mascots and I think, is it good enough? Is it not? Will it make the cut? And so I've got a box, basically, of rejected mascots. And I thought, well, if I do them all together, you know, they might turn into one decent mascot. So I thought of an idea here. This was one of the ones, which was an adult breakfast cereal. Lucky Lockies.
So what was the idea with this?
Basically, it's a cereal for adults, you know. It's a... Just in the morning, if you fancy a few miniatures, you just reach for the Lucky Lockies and... Hey! There we go, there's another one here. So everybody loves taxidermy, but not everybody likes killing animals. So I've come up with vegan taxidermy. That is thousands of hours of work.
It's really paid off.
Yeah. To get all the bits of peel out of the bin.
What did you stuff it with?
Hey?
What did you use as... Because when you're doing taxidermy, it's obviously... you're stuffing an animal.
A rehydrated foaming agent.
Could we...
That's you. There's nothing going on in your head there, is there?
Can we see...
As soon as I said that, you went, oh, shit, he said something.
I was asking if we could maybe see.
The ring of truth, Jimmy. It's a loud bell.
Yes, a loud bell.
Yeah.
What about this one, Jimmy? That's an orange I did. Amazing, that, isn't it? Someone ate that, and I rebuilt it. I'm not so pleased with my banana.
Sean's rejected mascots, everyone. Daisy, have you got a mascot?
I do. It's my 63-year-old parrot called Claude.
Bring him on.
This
Right. This is...
Claude. Claude.
This is your actual parrot.
This is my actual parrot, yeah. Claude, he's a little bit bitey, that's the only thing. All right, Claude, I can do a trick. Step up, step up, step...
Oh,
Stay
he's
there.
good. Does he talk?
He can say hello when he... on his terms.
I have a very similar policy. Hello. Got to be on my terms.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Hello. Well, that's his way of saying hello.
Do you want to try him on the arm again, Daisy?
I
Let's
will.
just see
I'll
if
try him
he's...
on the arm. Step up, step up, step
Why,
up.
why are you
step
doing
up.
a parrot voice?
Step...
Do you think he, like, just doesn't understand your accent? If you just said step up, he'd go, what's she talking about? If you go step up, he might go, all right, yeah, I understand.
Oh, so how would you talk to a parrot, Jimmy?
No.
I'm talking to the parrot like a normal person.
You're not relating to this parrot at all. The parrot's blanking you. Everyone can see that.
Parrot, come here.
The parrot's turned its back on
I
you.
think it's been dead.
Literally turned its back on you. Whoa.
Look at that, he
hey
hates
now.
you.
He's turned himself into a pine cone.
How long's he going to live?
I think they could live to, like, in their 80s, I think.
But after tonight, he's going to get thrown in the bin. You were shit tonight, Claude.
And then you can stuff him next to your apple.
Claude, no, don't taxidermy Claude.
Yeah.
It's all right, Claude. Hi,
Are you sure? Have you ever met this one?
He's just a little bit bitey.
Is he's not in any distress, is he, Daisy?
No, I think he's severely underwhelmed.
OK, over in Dictionary Corner, it's Adam Buxton.
Hey.
Can I ask, now, you haven't been on the show for a while. What have you been up to?
Oh, man. I had an exciting time today on the train on the way up to Manchester. I went into the... I don't know if you've ever experienced this. This is amazing. I went into the toilet, and when the doors closed and I locked the door, suddenly a recorded voice started up, and it was saying, "Hello, I'm the toilet." I used to be a public toilet, so this is a step up for me. It was great. I was laughing, and I thought, oh, I could think of some great extra lines for this. So I'm going to send some stuff in. I've come up with, you were probably wondering why I was looking so flushed when you came in. Well, it's because several people just exposed themselves to me, then defecated down my throat.
And with Adam, of course, it's Susie Dent. Susie is a talented lexicographer and author. What she doesn't know about words isn't worth knowing, and what Susie does know about words isn't worth reading. Now, we've got Ivo on the show. He's incredibly posh. Are there any favourite posh words you've got?
I've been humming and hawing as to whether to say this because I've not admitted it publicly before, but I went to Eton as well.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh,
I went
my
to
God.
Eton. I know.
How did we not know this until
I
now?
know, I've just been holding it back.
Were
I
there
didn't earn
girls
it.
at Eton?
Yeah, I went for a term, and there were 13 of us. We didn't wear uniform. We had to dress attractively but not provocatively. That was the rule.
What was the ratio of girls to boys? There was 13 girls.
13 girls, about
How many boys at
1,000
Eton?
are they?
At any one time?
About 1,300.
Oh, 1,300.
So not ideal from a courtship perspective.
And in charge of the numbers, it's Rachel Riley. Despite what you might think, Rachel's job isn't just putting vowels and consonants up on a board. She also has to take them down again. Rachel, you've been vegan for a year now. How's that going?
It's a lot more of a dangerous lifestyle choice than I thought it was going to be.
Why is it dangerous?
Before Christmas, I went to France and I was almost killed by a vegetable. So I went to watch Eric Cantona in a two-man play with my friend. On the walk home, there were some people on top of a building and they threw vegetables at us. And we looked down and they'd actually thrown onions at us from a great height.
OK, so vegan for a year.
Vegan for a year, almost killed by onions.
Yeah.
Are you entirely right to link those two things?
Just vegetables, you've got to watch out for vegetables.
I'm just saying you might struggle to get
might-
causation there,
it might
Rachel.
not
That's all
get
I'm
on
saying.
OK, the prize the teams will be competing for tonight is this, the Countdown Golf Set. Come on, now, Come on, you can do this. It's easy. It's a super easy sport. Ah, all right, have another go.
You're too far away from it, you see. This is like the early days of Channel 4.
So one more go.
No,
For the Ryder
Don't
Cup.
put the pressure on, Jimmy. I want to see a ball go in a hole.
Yeah, me too.
Can I help?
Really lump this one. Hit it really hard. Thanks, Rachel.
It's a very specific fetish.
OK, let's count down, everyone. Time for the first game. Sean, Daisy, you get the first pick of the letters.
Can I have a consonant, please?
B.
A vowel, please.
U.
Consonant.
C.
Consonant.
T.
Vowel.
E.
Another vowel, please.
A.
Consonant.
S.
Consonant.
D.
And a consonant, please.
And lastly, N.
And for the first time today, here's the countdown clock. Sean, what have you got?
6.
Daisy.
I've got 5.
Oh, I've forgotten how to stop doing this. I'll remember in a minute. It's not easy to... Oh. Ivo, how many?
5.
5. I've got a really itchy arse, but I can't... Oh. How many have you got, Richard?
I have 5.
Right, I think I could probably keep doing this while you
Yeah.
tell me what you've got. No, I can't. Turns out I can't. I'm off. I don't know if you noticed there, but I walked off like I definitely injured myself. Oh, OK, so, Daisy, what was your 5?
Dates.
Richard, your 5?
Based.
Based. Ivo, your 5?
Bants. B-A-N-T-S, short for banter. But a very commonly accepted abbreviation of it.
It's not in this dictionary. It's not in the printed dictionary.
OK. Sean, what was your 6?
Buttes.
Buttes, nice.
6 points to Sean. Adam, Susie, could they have done any better?
Well, Richard could have added a D at the end.
Basted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, F this Shears.
So at the end of that, Sean and Daisy are in the lead with 6 points. Daisy, should we let Claude have a little bit of a rest?
Yes.
Oh, great. Claude gets a break.
This is the lady. I believe you work at KFC, yes? Round of applause for Claude there, our lovely parrot. OK, Richard, Ivo, your chance to choose the numbers here.
2 large numbers, is that sufficient?
2 large numbers.
2 large numbers, the rest... other.
1, 4, 10, 8, 50 and 100. And the target, 271.
OK, and your time starts now. So the target was 271. Ivo, did you get it?
No, Jimmy.
Richard, did you get it?
Yes and no.
Tell me about the yes.
I did get it.
Tell me about the no.
I did not get it. I'm going to say I didn't get it. I did get it in a way, but not by using reasonable means.
Well, that's at least something. Daisy, did you get it?
No. I even tried to cheat while you were talking to them and I still
Yeah.
didn't get it.
OK, Sean, did you get it?
I got 269.
269. OK, how did you do that?
4 minus 1 is 3.
Yeah.
And that times that by 100.
300.
And then you get the 50, you
Yeah.
take off a 10 and an 8, it gives you 31. No, you don't stick the 50. No, Rachel, go back to school.
You wanted to take the 50 and take this away and get 31.
Yeah, and then
We-
take that off to 300.
But you get 32.
Well, you do, but he didn't.
I didn't.
OK, so you didn't get that.
Do you want to hear 276?
Yeah, let's hear 276.
100 minus 8.
92.
92 times 4 minus 1.
Yeah, 4 minus 1 for 3.
7 points to Richard. Top skill.
You want to know how I got 271? You take the 0 off the 50 and minus the 5.
You know how you can take the 0 off the 50?
Divide by 10.
Yeah, you got those left over, so you could have done it your way.
I feel really upset with myself.
OK, so Sean and Daisy have 6. Richard and Ivo are in the lead with 7. And here is your teaser. The words are erotic me. The clue is it's out of this world. That's erotic me. It's out of this world. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser. The words were erotic me. The clue was it's out of this world. It was, of course, meteoric. OK, they've been playing in teams so far, but this game is just for Sean and Ivo. So, Ivo, your turn to choose the letters.
Please, could I have a sweet vowel?
A sweet I.
And could I have a couple of heavy consonants?
S. And an L.
2 more sweet vowels.
E. And O.
Can I get 4 consonants, please, Rachel?
T. G. N. Z.
OK, and your time starts now. Apologies for this, not me. Him. Sean, how many?
7.
7.
7.
Oh.
Yes.
Both got 7. What's your 7?
My 7 is Tingles.
Tingles.
That's my nickname.
Mr. Tingles. That's what they call him. OK, and Sean?
Nesting. Oh, I can't have nesting, can I?
Yeah, you need 2 ends for that.
Nesting.
Any good?
So 7 points for Ivo. Well done. Adam, Susie, could they have done any better?
Well, they're only 7s.
Only 7s?
Yeah, so longest singlet. We had tingles as well, lingos, all 7s.
OK, so at the end of that, Sean and Daisy have 6. Richard and Ivo are in the lead with 14. Right, time now for Richard and Daisy to go head-to-head. Daisy, your turn to pick the numbers.
Can I have a big one, please?
Yes.
And the rest small.
Yes.
Ooh.
2, 7, 9, 6, 8, and a large one, 25. And the target, 682.
OK, your time starts now. Richard, did you get it?
I got 250.
250, quite a long way off. Daisy, how did you do?
I got 25 times 8 equals 200. And
That's
that
true.
took me the whole time.
So no points to anyone. Rachel, could it be done?
OK, if you say 8 plus 6 is 14.
What, could you do it?
Sure, I could have done that.
3.
Have you done it?
No, I could do that bit.
Oh, right.
8 plus 6 is 14. Why have you put a 25 under the 14? What does
then
that
you
mean?
times them together for 350.
Oh, well, that seemed weird.
Take away 9, or 341, and then times it by 2. That's one way.
OK, time now to go across to Dictionary Corner. Adam, what have you got for us?
I don't know about you, but I love Christmas. And what I like to do is just go online and watch Christmas TV ads. And what are the best Christmas TV ads? The John Lewis ads. Let's think about this, maybe the best, in my opinion, of the John Lewis Christmas ads from 2015, the Man on the Moon ad. And the story, the plot of the ad, was a young girl who is engaged in illegal surveillance of an old man who lives on the moon. And the old man is depressed because the Wi-Fi is very bad. So as a gift, the young girl sends him the means to engage in his own illegal surveillance operation from the moon. And that's nice. She doesn't realise, though, that this being December 2015, the old man, in just a few months, will be voting for the UK to leave the European Union and plunge the rest of her life into turmoil, bitter division and a lot of tedious conversations. Let's get some perspective on the thing from the YouTube commentary community, where I go for all my news and opinions. These are genuine comments, just to remind you. We begin with one from Tom Lucas, who says of the ad, not as good as Pervious Years. It's a little bit impervious, this one. Slightly non-porous. Tony Jones, meanwhile, says to the old man, if you want pals, don't move to the moon, you old weirdo. Zeus, meanwhile, is worried about the science. Zeus says, oh my, what a terrible advert. This is how Zeus speaks. All I did was cringe at the illogical scenes. Why couldn't they just make the old guy some old grandpa far away in his cabin all alone? Gosh. Now that would have made me tear. Would have been tearing all kinds of things if they did that. But on the moon? And wow balloons appearing from nowhere? Really? And the moon again? Not the fucking moon again. Oh, and Grandpa zooming to Earth, and it's exactly some white kid's bedroom. Worse, that small telescope is that powerful? Gosh. Really, really painful to watch. Wow. Meanwhile, has a more specific question. How does he breathe up there? How does he breathe? Elephant Man doesn't know. Ainsley Brown, meanwhile, was absolutely fine with the whole thing until he started reading some of the comments and then thought, hang on, yeah, some of this doesn't add up. I can't believe how oblivious I was to the whole inaccuracy of this ad until I saw the comments. It's true. How can someone as old as him survive on the moon with no breathing equipment? A young man, sure. He's got no food or water and no oxygen. Plus, how the hell did he make that house with no resources, including trees for wood? Especially without building equipment. The girl is just as weird. Considering she has a telescope which puts the professional ones at planetariums to shame. and managed to send a present via balloons with impressive accuracy. Big egg next to small egg. Ainsley obviously checked his comment through and thought, oh, need to make an amendment, and the amendment is balloons.
Adam Buxton, everyone. The score for a moment. Sean and Daisy are on 6. Richard and Ivo have 14. And here is your teaser. The words are wash sack. The clue is make sure you've got a firm grip. That's wash sack. Make sure you've got a firm grip. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser. The words were wash sack. The clue was make sure you've got a firm grip. It was, of course, hacksaws. OK, before we go on, I mean, he doesn't work on the show anymore, but he comes anyway. It's Joe Wilkinson. All right, Joe, what's going on?
Been doing a bit of part-time fortune telling. Anyone want their fortune told? Oh, fuck. Oh, I forgot to say, it comes with some free pornography.
Oh, I'll have a go then.
All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. Here it comes. Yeah, it says here, Susie, you're going to spend the next 50 years sat in Dictionary Corner.
I can't believe that. I can't take this shit anymore!
Well, that wasn't planned.
Can I ask why the booth is on wheels?
It's on wheels, Jimmy, because I'm part of a fortune teller banger racing league.
What is a fortune teller banger racing league?
I race other fortune tellers about once a fortnight. So, actually, I can show you if you want. Margaret, come in, love. That's Margaret who I race against. She's fucking brilliant, if I'm honest. She's superb. I'll tell you what. We could have a race around a building, and the teams could have a bet on who they think's going to win. You know, a bit of fun, new round.
All right. Richard, who do you think would win in a race between these two?
Joe.
Thank you,
think
Richard.
Joe? Sean, who do you think?
I'm going to go for Margaret.
All right, come on, let's do this. Come on. Right. Fuck it in. Oi. Hey, be careful, you daft move. I've just had it painted. you, Margaret. She did well. She did very well. She's not bad. Yeah.
Well, well done to Richard. You were right. You guessed that Joe was going to
Thank
win.
you. Is there a point or certification?
No, we didn't give any points for that.
Well, that was a waste of fucking time.
Let's play countdown!
I'll go on with the game. Sean, Daisy, your turn to choose the letters.
Val, please.
Can I have that pawn, Joe?
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah, you'll have to share it.
What's the magazine?
Radio.
Oh, I've got that one.
Oh.
Oh.
Jesus. Oh, God. It's not meant to go in there, is it? Burn that, burn that.
Consonant, please.
Ugh.
C.
Consonant.
I'll have one more look.
I was.
Jesus Christ. Grow up.
Have we lit our hair on fire?
Yeah, we lit her hair on fire, yeah. Cost us another 60 quid, but I think it was worth it.
Consonant, please.
S.
Val.
I or a small L.
I don't like eyes.
Take it up then.
Yeah, thanks.
E.
Thanks. Val.
I.
I don't like eyes.
Sure thing. A.
I like you. And then consonants.
Can you predict them, or is it...
Yeah, I can do anything.
What's this one?
That's an S.
R.
And then another one.
Joe?
T.
S.
And then another consonant.
Last one, go on, you can do it.
W. N. T. L. T! Incredible!
OK, and your time starts now.
She used to have Rachel's job, didn't she?
Sean, how many?
Only got 6.
OK. Daisy?
4.
4.
Yeah, it's bad.
OK. Richard?
Again, 2 5s making a 10.
Excellent. Ivo?
A 7.
This guy.
7. OK.
Yes.
So what was your word?
Arse.
That's right.
Arsclots? Rachel Riley, of course, the face of Arsclots.
You could have picked between me and Joe, come on.
And weirdly, I have several.
Richard?
Arses.
Sean, you're 6.
Clears.
Ivo, you're 7 for the points, for the win, for your education being worthwhile.
I think that closest is up there.
Very good. Yeah.
Very good, says Susie Dent. I say very good. Well done, Ivo. 7 points for Richard and Ivo. Could they have done any better, Dictionary Corner?
Everybody's favourite sport, lacrosse.
Come on.
He's very good again. OK. So at the end of that, Richard and Ivo are in the lead with 21 points. Impressive. OK, time to go across the Dictionary Corner one last time. Adam Buxton, what have you got for us?
Jimmy, you asked me earlier what I've been doing for the last few years. One of my favourite things, rather than actually engaging with nature, is to watch nature documentaries. And one of the best, of course, is the Blue Planet. And during the last series, you could press the red button and you could watch sequences from the show with, like, DJ mixes on top of them, put together by Radio 1 DJs. And I thought, that is good. And I submitted some of my own music to go with one particular sequence that I found very moving. Shall I perform it for you?
Oh, yes, you should.
Stuffing my hole, I'm stuffing my hole. I like to put things inside my hole. My arms are like little tiny trees. When I put them in my hole is pleased. Stuffing my hole. I'm stuffing my hole. Stuffing my hole. It's good for the soul. Stuffing, stuffing, I'm stuffing my hole. Stuffing, 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 stuffing my hole. Stuffing, I'm stuffing my hole. I'm stuffing, 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 stuffing my hole. Stuffing my hole. I'm stuffing my hole. Stuffing my hole. Because it's good for the soul.
Adam Buxton. And here is your final teaser. The words are edgy horn. The clue is this could explode. That's edgy horn, this could explode. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser. The words were edgy horn. The clue was this could explode. It was, of course, hydrogen. OK, time for our final letters game. It's all to play for. If you're Richard and Ivo, your turn to choose.
5 consonants and 4 vowels.
That's brutally efficient.
I feel I've made my decision now.
All right.
Oh, OK.
T.
Don't know why an I.
Maybe.
Is there any chance you could just arrange it into a word while you do this?
R-I-T-R-O-W-E.
R-T-T-T-1.
I and N.
Have an N. There you go. I mean, they really paid very little attention to your choices there, Ivo.
Yeah.
Have another couple if you want. An O and a...
OK, your 30 seconds starts now. Oh, fuck's sake, zombies. Come on, men. Come on, men. You all right, Susie?
Do you know what, Jimmy? That's definitely not Susie, because the acting's too good.
Round of applause for our zombie stuntmen. Richard, how many?
4.
4. Ivo, how many?
6.
Daisy, how many?
I got a 6.
You got a 6.
I got a 6.
Nice.
Excellent.
I got a 6.
Sean, how many?
Are you allowed German words?
Yeah.
I got 7.
Awesome. OK. Richard, you're 4.
Newt.
Daisy, you're 6.
Got writer.
Very good.
Very good. Ivo?
I got winter.
Nice. Sean, you're 7.
Rotwein.
Rottwein. Yes, of course.
Rotwein.
Use it in a sentence.
Can I have some of your Rotwein? Sexy German man.
Is Rottwein a word?
As in red wine?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not in, I'm afraid.
Well, 6 points to both teams. Dictionary Corner, could they have done any better?
Ivo had winter, you could have had wintria. Oh, no. Oh, mate.
Oh, wintria. Sean and Daisy have 12. Richard and Ivo have 27. OK, fingers on buzzers, time for today's Countdown Conundrum. Your time starts now. Richard Arwadi.
Fur eating.
We've got to restart the clock.
Oh, mate, this is brutal.
There's an ing at the end.
Filtering.
Yes, very close. This show was...
Featuring.
Well done, Sean.
Oh, Sean.
So the final scores are Sean and Daisy have 22, Richard and Ivo have 27. Congratulations, Richard and Ivo. You'll know the crowd owner of this. The Countdown Golf Set. OK, you better fucking get this putt. Yes! Come on! Thanks to all our panelists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
Celebrating 20 years of Derren Brown's premiere Brain Bothering this Sunday night with all his best bits and a brand new live stump. That's all from 9 o'clock on Sunday. Well, back to Friday, and the In-Betweeners are playing in Europe next. Expect plenty of own goals.